Hey guys, Grant here, aka Nightwolf88, and I'm doing another vlog in the forest, because why not? So, I'm going to be starting a new part of my channel called Flashback Friday, and basically what Flashback Friday is, I'm going to be, telling some stories about my life in the past. So, yeah. You may like this part of the channel, you may not. I'm not going to force you to watch anything if you don't want to. Yeah, so basically, for my first story, I'm going to tell you about the time that I screwed up my bike while trying to catch a bus for school. Now, back in the day, sound like freaking country folk, back in the day, so, anyway, back in, 8th grade, which actually wasn't too long ago, actually, before that, my sister and I have this area where we'd always catch a school bus. It was a place where a stop sign was, and the bus would stop there, and we'd catch a bus, clear and simple. So, around 8th grade, Alex had, not been going to school because she's graduated and stuff. So, I'm basically at that bus stop on my own. Now, there's times where I'd miss the bus. Now, if I miss the bus, for one thing, my mom would be ticked off. So, being that I've lived in this neighborhood so many years, I know where things are. Sorry, I'm in the light. Yeah, I know where things are in this neighborhood, so I would have different ways of catching the bus. I would, cut through yards, go to different areas of the neighborhood, and where I knew the bus would stop, and I would catch the bus there. So, one of those occasions, I had to catch the bus, but I missed it, well, of course that would happen. Sorry about that, I sort of just, stepped in water. Yeah, so, anyway, I missed the bus, and I went to one of my routes where I'd catch the bus, I'd have a second chance at catching the bus, which just so happened to be this forest. Now, around that time, they had just started, plowing down the trees, so, they plowed it down. It kind of basically looked like this, but, with, tree stumps everywhere. If you were walking around, you pretty much had to, dodge tree steps, every 3 feet. I don't know if they just cut it down with a tractor, or if they just, cut each and every one of them down, I don't know, olden times with, an axe and a saw or something. Probably not. Probably had an easier way. So anyway, I kind of missed the bus that day. So, this forest is about maybe 1.5 miles long. So, there's two neighborhoods, maybe 3 neighborhoods by now, that occupy this area. For one thing, it's my neighborhood, clearly, which is the way I enter this place. There's another neighborhood down there somewhere, and there's another neighborhood way back there, which is where one of my friends live. I'm not gonna say his name, because I don't really know if he'll be comfortable with me talking about him on camera. I don't like to mention people's names if they're not comfortable with it. So anyway, I'm getting off track. One of my ways, I would go through this forest as fast as I could, and I would go to where my friend was, and I would catch a bus with him, because he rode the same bus. So, it had just rained, and a lot of the time, to go to where my friend's house was, I would ride my bike. This is pretty cleared out area. So I just started riding my bike through this area. Well, let me get out the sun. Well, one day, it had just rained that day that I missed the bus. And so I had taken my bike, clearly, because I was actually just wearing new shoes I had got the weekend before. So I started riding my bike through about halfway, my bike starts lagging. Like, it's getting, the back tire and the front tire, like, getting 4 inches deep in the mud. So I'm just pedaling, I'm using every muscle and bone in my legs. And at some point, I just, like, stop. Like, I'm about to fall off because the bike's not being balanced. So I just jump off. Completely submerge my new shoes. And it turned out the back tire had come off the rim. I don't know how. It was a fairly new bike, so I thought the tires would be fine, but my guess is that either it slipped off the rim from friction or something, and some dude is mowing his lawn back there. So anyway, it either slipped off from friction, or I may have, like, popped the tire somehow. Like I said, there was a piece of broken glass that I just passed through while I was walking. That could have been something that popped it. Who knows? Maybe there's nails out here from when the guys were working back here. I don't really know. But long story short, I had to run all the way to my friend's house while dragging this bike so I could, like, just, like, leave it in his garage and come get it later after school. So he comes up out of his house while I'm just sitting in his driveway waiting for the bus to come. He's like, "Hey man, how you been? What happened to your new shoes?" I said, "Don't talk to me till I just get my breath back." So yeah, that's pretty much the story. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If not, I mean, like, that's cool too. And links to my Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter will be in the description below. So yeah. Well, Nightwolf88 out.